Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we're going to be doing another Wizard of Metal episode. And yes, it's not on a Monday, but trust me when I say for the time being, it's better this way. When I say that, I kind of mean I missed my previous uploads, so this is, makeup time. But the subject today is the song My Land by Sonata Arctica. That is the form of the wizard, so let's momentarily go over how I came upon the build. And it really just kind of boiled down to the lyrics didn't really contain a lot about or any specific mentions of things. So I decided just to go with something that felt like a nice powerful balance. So we've got the splashdown for jumping into battle, the shattering strike to do nice heavy up close damage, and because the name of the song is My Land, I felt it would be appropriate to use an earth-based arcana as the signature. The fireballs to attack at range, and the chaotic rift to get the hell out of there when things get hairy. Now, the merchant's cart does kind of tie into what the song is about. Just a moment. And that's kind of more so along the lines of someone getting forcibly ejected from their home. So the wheelbarrow is barrow. I know someone has explained that to me, but I seem to have forgotten. Forgive me. But that's more so the idea of hanging on to supplies and doing what you can until the time is right to take back what's yours. At least that's the way I'm looking at it. So, Freya, the twins, Zeal. Alright. So it'd be nice to get a good electric arcana to deal with Freya, but it isn't the biggest deal in the world. Okay, you can get lost. That very first room, and I'm having to deal with elemental summoners. Game just knows how to put me in a bad spot. So, I suppose the first question worth answering is, Sonata Arctica, who the hell are they? Now, some of you may already know, but because this is I know Cecil, I know. And someone not knowing who Sonata Arctica is. What's sacrilege, right, Bird? But they are a Finnish power metal band, actually hailing from the town of, I believe it's pronounced, is it Kemi or Kemi, Finland? But they were at first, and again, this is a band with a much longer history than I thought, although much less drama, I've noticed. They were originally a hard rock band named Tricky Beans, so feel free to look them up if you're interested in where Sonata Arctica started. They then changed to Tricky Means, so, one letter difference, completely different idea. And then finally, when they shifted to full-on power metal, they changed their name to Sonata Arctica, with their lead singer, Tony Kakko, being a very prolific songwriter in and of himself, and typically being the guy behind a lot of what they do. Much of their sound is partially because of his songwriting and his very unique voice. Yeah, I'll take that. But the band themselves So the band themselves have been active from about 1995 on forward to the present. And that was back when they were called Tricky Beans. So that was from 1995 to 1997. From 1997 to 1999, they were known as Tricky Means. And then from about 2000 onwards, that's when they became known as Sonata Arctica. Their first album as Sonata Arctica actually being the album that My Land comes from. It is an album known as Ecliptica. Oh, I'm a stupid boy. Here we go. He bonked his head into the rock. He's like, okay, that's it for me. Yep, I'm dead. We're definitely taking this. That would actually boost... So that would boost my binary splashdown. And with the combo gloves, I could throw a fourth fireball if I wanted to. Yeah, spikes hurt, don't they? Just a little bit of payback for all the damage I've taken against spikes. And being pushed into them. Now, at some point or another, during an interview about their sound, Tony had said that, or he was asked, do you guys consider yourselves symphonic metal or power metal or what? He had kind of admitted that he wasn't quite sure what the right term was because it all seemed kind of appropriate to him. So he just kind of called it. I see things here I like. I like Erupting Cannonade, I like Exploding Fireball, and I like Shock Assault. Kind of thinking that because of the enemies coming up, I'm not sure I want to take any of these though. Because the twins are going to resist that, and then Zeal is going to resist that. And Erupting Cannonade. But Erupting Cannonade goes well with the splashdown though, so... I don't know, how best do I reconcile that? Do I buy one of those anyway, or do I let that go? Oh yeah, baby. I'm not sure how well the dated sunglasses are gonna work for this run, but I'll find a way. I think I'm gonna do that and then just move forward. But he explained that he's felt that melody is a very important part of his songs, and his other bandmates have described their songs as being very metal-ish, so yeah, melodic metal. You know, it's an appropriate descriptor of the music. I just think, you know, you probably have some idea what your sound is like. You don't need to play coy, Tony. And he's a very energetic and charismatic guy. I've seen Sonata Arctica live in concert 3 times, and I find their sound to be very, very good. They are a band that I've jived with for quite a while, and one of the things that got me into full-on metal and especially power metal to begin with. And even though they have a lot of songs from their, 7 studio albums, I find myself inexplicably drawn back to their earlier work, like Ecliptica and whatnot, very, very frequently, just because that's where I started. And that... Oh, I'm stupid. Oh, would you go down already? Give me that. Beautifully done. Alright, what do we got here? I very much like the idea of the cushion flip-flops. But I also want to see what else is available throughout the shops. Because, I mean, I can't just ignore Doctor's song. That is now 2 relics that are working off of the number of relics I'm holding in total, so beautiful. Where to go? The reason why I didn't just take the green portal back is because I'm not sure the green portal is even there anymore. I think because I strayed pretty close to Doctor's song, it would be a red portal right now. If I was wrong about that, though, feel free to berate me in the comments. Owie. Okay, well, despite what I said about Electric Element Arcana, I'm taking this one because it's just universally useful. Here and grab that. Woo! No, I want my signature, so I'm not taking that. Instead, we're just going to move forward. And like I said, there seems to be a lot less drama in comparison to Nightwish, especially. Ooh, thank you, cushion flip-flops. And Mentis Imperium. I mean, if I happened to find Captain's Ring right now, I'd be a very happy boy. So, I mean, I don't even have a ton of drama to report on. They've just been very prolific, although apparently their 3rd album is the one that they call their kind of like nightmare recording, just because it was so. There was a lot of trouble getting everything together for the release. So. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but oh well. Now, just because this is one of the first bands that got me into full-on power metal, doesn't mean that every single one of their songs is one that I'm like super in love with. But they have a lot of good work, and I'd be lying if I said that I like disliked any of their work like on the whole. But there are definitely songs and recordings of theirs that I think are a little on the weaker side. But I mean, they've been around since 1995. They're bound to want to experiment with their own sound, and I can't blame them for that. One of their songs that I always find myself coming back to is My Land for some reason. Even though there are a lot of other songs on that album that I really like Full Moon, for example. But for some reason, My Land is always a song that I can keep coming back to. I like the cadence of the song. I like the way that the melody flows with it. It's just a good song. That's right, Bird. That's right. And those two over there are just having the time of their lives. Just messing with each other. I suppose with that, I should probably get into the lyrics, huh? That would be smart, wouldn't it? Oh, birds. Now, this is the usual reminder in these episodes that I tend to read the lyrics very cold and without necessarily giving away without necessarily doing it in the cadence of the song that it comes from, because I would rather you would check out the song for yourself after hearing the lyrics as I read them. And then, yes, please fight each other. Basically, I want you to hear the lyrics, have a discussion about the meaning of the song, and then go on to listen to the song itself and see if you feel that everything kind of flows together nicely. Because I'm aware that no two people's interpretations of music are going to be exactly the same. So I want you guys to not necessarily forge your own meaning for the song. Well, that too, I suppose. I should be very honest. I'm not suspecting that everyone's going to have the same interpretation of the song. But see if you agree with the lyrics and the meaning of it. I can sit here and watch this forever. And this is one where I didn't exactly find a comprehensive meaning to the lyrics. So you're just gonna have to either decide for yourself what you feel the meaning of the song is, or just accept it at face value. There's always that as well. So I could use Bouncing Blaze and Binary Splashdown upgrades. You could do that. Would be really helpful. Yeah, baby. Alright, so, let's go ahead and get into the lyrics. My own land has closed its gates on me. All alone in world, it's scaring me. So, sounds like what that's getting at is that, essentially, he's been, the protagonist of the song, so to speak, has been essentially forced out of his own home, and the world in general has just kind of turned its back on him, which, you know, scary for sure. See, I am here to prove you wrong. I'm accused of something I live for. Not entirely sure what that's getting at. Maybe someone else will have a slightly better idea on that one. Because every time I hear that lyric, I keep thinking, you're accused of something that you live for, essentially pleading guilty to what exactly? Just of being patriotic? And, you know, that's fine. That's kind of clearly the idea, is you're very patriotic to your land. I get that. But why is being patriotic something that's worth kicking you out of your home? I guess that's the part I'm confused about. Anyway, next part of the song. Let's see. In my dreamland, there's one who understands. A friendly soul trusting life in my hands. So, basically the idea of there's one person that I know, there's one person in this mess I know I can trust. And then the chorus is keep in mind what you have heard today. You might find that you are not so brave. Are you man enough to carry the load all alone when others have your own? So it kind of sounds like what he's saying here is do you consider yourself to be a brave soul when other people are carrying your load for you? That's what that sounds like to me anyway. I could very well be wrong about that. Yes, please, kill them for me. Alright, so we can finally upgrade Binary Splashdown. And I'm gonna grab this too. And actually, we can use this now, because it's going to ultimately do more damage to the twins than Bouncing Surge. Here we go. Alright, next part of the lyrics after the chorus. My old land is but a pile of sand, cold and bare, but something still is there. So that one to me that part of the lyrics to me is actually pretty self-explanatory. That is the idea of, yeah, you might not find much here of value to you, but this means something to me. And I think that's a feeling we all can relate to. I am here to claim my land. You can't keep me away forever. So in the context of the story, it's like you've made these things up about me, but you can't keep me away from that which I've earned. You know, which in this case would be my home. Then the next part is the chorus again, but in case you've forgotten, the chorus goes straight over my head because apparently my memory is trash. Oh yeah, keep in mind what you have... I always heard it as what you have learned today. You might find that you are not so brave. Are you man enough to carry the load all alone while others have your own? Now, I know in the current climate it sounds very toxic to be like, to say things like, oh, are you man enough? But in context of the song, it should seem pretty obvious the idea that's going on here is they're saying, are you capable of taking responsibility for this like I have? I'll take it, but I really hope I don't need it. See, next part. I'm a true patriot, you are my land, you have my soul, you have all I had. Now I am here and I want it all back. So kind of once again going over this idea of you tried to eject me from my home, but I'm not having it. Now that didn't work out as well as I would have liked. There we go. Beautiful. I see you there, Perfect Storm, but I think I'm happy with what I have. This next part is the kind of interesting refrain at the like 2/3 mark through the song. Let's see. In my dreams, I climb the hills I see, and let a gentle breeze lead me to plains I once have seen, and clear blue sky. I swim in lakes I find. I build a house right there that you can't take away. So, again, really reinforcing this idea of this is my land. You can't take this from me. Then the last part of the lyrics is, I am here to claim my land, you can't keep me away forever. And then ever, which again sounds much better when put to music, because it's Tony actually singing like something along the lines of, forever, ever, something along those lines. I know I'm kind of butchering it, but you get the idea, and I am not afraid to make an ass of myself. Anyways, then it just does the chorus one more time. Keep in mind what you have heard today, or that's what it says. I think it's keep in mind what you have learned today. Keep in mind that you are not so brave. Are you man enough to carry the load on your own, while others have your own? So the idea is that you essentially have someone who's been patriotic to their home, or someone who's built their own home, essentially having their land forcibly taken from them, and going, no, this is my land, you can't keep me away. At least that's the idea. That's the idea, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's a very eventful dead end, gotta say. Beautifully done. I suppose another way to interpret the lyrics is that the statements could be coming from the point of view of someone acting as a freedom fighter for their home. I guess very akin to the Polish in World War II, I suspect. But I'm pretty sure this isn't a song about World War II, so, you know, take that as you wish. That's just open speculation, if you will. You do with that what you must. Now, I suppose it's pretty obvious my feelings on this song, but I really dig this song, and like there are times in which I will just put on Ecliptica or their revisit of it and just let my mind go because I love that song so much. We'll definitely pay for the upgrade. That's a hell of a fitting process. I mean, he's essentially saying this is going to hurt as much as being struck by a sword 4 times. Are you okay with that? And I think most of us would probably rightfully say, hell no! And there's finally our Bouncing Blaze upgrade. By the way, cushion flip-flops are the best. And Sonata Arctica themselves are a band that I oftentimes revisit. I keep looking over concert schedules hoping, okay, I've seen you guys 3 times in concert now. I would love to see you again because Tony is a performer with a lot of charisma and talent. But it's also very much the same way I feel about Sabatone, and for what it's worth, I've seen Sabatone in concert a similar number of times. And now that I remind myself, I actually haven't put Sabatone on Wizard of Metal very much. Like, if at all. Which, especially strange considering it's a band I've seen live so many times and enjoy seeing and enjoy listening to. But I haven't put up any Sabatone? Huh. I might have to actually post up 2 more songs for Wizard of Metal instead of the customary 1. And because I've been trying to take care of myself and do some things to help improve my mental health, I haven't been posting anything here. That is kind of a shame. Beautiful triple kill there. By the way, in case you're wondering, I know some of you don't like taking the anchor of burden because it slows down your movement speed. I look at it this way. The effect of the anchor is consistent, and I can work around the movement speed by simply dashing. But in return, what it gives me is the ability to improve my stun times and my damage. Like, honestly, I feel that to be worthwhile. Is there anything here that I, give a damn about? This. Like, that should come as no surprise. So in case you guys are interested in looking up more information about them, they do their work under the record labels of, I believe it's Spine Shank or Spine Farm in Europe. I'm gonna quick look that up. I know they do work in the Americas under Nuclear Blast Records. Here you go, Sonata Arctica. Here we go. Spine Farm. Okay, so it's Spine Farm in Europe, Nuclear Blast in America. So in case you're interested in seeing what all work they've done or what work they're continuing to do, that's how you're gonna find out, just through them. Or just look for Sonata Arctica on the internet, somewhere. Wherever all good internets are sold. And that could have worked out better. But what it really boils down to is just, about Grand Summoner first. Guys, fight against Grand Summoner is just a clusterfuck. So take that for what it's worth. And about Sonata Arctica, again, if you're very unsure about metal as a music form, it seems like many of you are, and I completely understand. Especially the kind of unfavorable way that a lot of reviewers and people speak of metal in general. But this is another band I can point to and say, hey, give this band a listen to. It's not going to be what you think it is, and unfortunately so many people still think that metal is solely just electric guitars and screaming. And, if you've ever listened to, a certain grouping of American bands, I can understand where you would get that idea, because that's what's pushed forward. And like, as I've said many times, that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this series, is to show that metal is more than just noise, is more than just, you know, being heavy for the sake of being heavy, or playing fast for the sake of playing fast. There is much, much more to the actual art of metal music than people want to give credit for, it seems. To those of you who already listened to it, preaching to the choir. To those who are like, I don't know, it just sounds juvenile to me. Check out some of the songs that I've been recommending, because you'll notice there are certain bands that I have not recommended. And it doesn't mean that I won't give them their due time if someone makes the recommendation. It just means that's not the first place I go when I think of metal music. That didn't work out. Okay, that worked. I'm down. And there you go. Another Wizard of Metal victory. Which means it will soon be time for another form of the wizard to show themselves. And this is where I now make a more open admission to my oopsie, because I was supposed to have another Wizard of Metal poll up, but circumstances have led to me not doing that, and that's, you know, kind of shameful on my behalf. So how am I going to rectify that situation? I'll probably just end up having to choose a song myself to do come Monday, but I'll do my best to make it a very interesting one. One that I think will be a lot of fun to hear about. But that's enough for me right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about Sonata Arctica, listening to me talk about the song My Land, and hopefully you got some entertainment and hopefully some ideas from it. And again, I really implore you, check out symphonic or melodic metal, because that is definitely more what I think when I hear about, or when I think about metal music. And I think it's just a shame that the waters have been muddied so much by just this bad communication of what metal is, and it's been distilled down to just loud and heavy for the sake of being loud and heavy without any thought behind the actual music. It's a shame, and I hope some of you are willing to broaden your horizons for the genre by listening to someone who doesn't care for that type of music talk about it. But that's enough for me. I'm rambling. Thank you guys very much for watching. Drop me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out some more Wizard of Metal content. I really think you'll like it because it comes from someone who's been invested in music. I was in concert choir for almost my entire schooling. I really love music, and I really hope that you guys kind of get what I'm saying about that. But I'm rambling again. I guess I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.